Yo, 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 yo. It's that time again. It's your main man, Mike to the P. One Mike Podcast. Let's go. One Mike Podcast, baby. We in here. Fall into the room, fall into the room, fall into the room, fall into the room. Let's go. What up? What up? It's your main man, Mike to the P. This is the One Mike Podcast. Jam-packed show today. Opening day, MLB. Let's get into it. You heard plenty of great matchups today, man. We got the Yankees, Milwaukee, Toronto versus Baltimore, Washington versus Philly. I'm not going to name everything. You can check it out. Everything starts at 3 o'clock today on ESPN. You dig? We got Jose Barros going out here on the mound. Hunter Green, Logan Webb. It's a lot of great pitchers coming out today. My guy, Michael King, made a lot of money last year. You did for the San Diego Padres. Pablo Lopez, Blake Snell. Yeah. Logan Gilbert, bruh. Yeah, man. A lot of good matchups today. I look for a lot of players to go yard. I got a lot of good parlays. Shout out my man Red. Shout out Carville in the chat. You know, we already been cooking up early. Shout out my boy Rumi Rowe. Hope we can get his breakdown tonight on Cups in the Game, man. And 2-5 as well with the MLB picks. You feel me? So I'm looking forward to it, man. Looking forward to it. It's the only time of year when I really get excited. I get excited about betting. Baseball is easy to bet on if you don't know. It's not easy, but you got to get the lines, out early. Like I do a whole lot of pitching outs, I do a whole lot of strikeouts and hit singles. That's my get down. Singles, Ks, pitching outs. You dig? So there's not much you can play with those lines as far as with the MLB, but I'm gonna watch more this year. I'm gonna try my best to do a lot more watching. My aunt put me on, man. My great aunt. She's resting in peace right now. She put me on to baseball off the radio, like not even watching it, just off the radio, off the AM stations. My Aunt Annie, you dig me? So she's passed like for years ago now, but still carry her with me in my wallet. You dig? So I used to, be really passionate about baseball. Free agency kind of like made me feel some type of way, I'm from the Bartolo Colon era that Pedro Martinez, the Randy Johnson, the McGuire, that whole era was something. Barry Bonds. And the way they did Barry Bonds, I didn't fuck with it. So and Pete Rose too. Like Pete Rose passed away. He belongs in the Hall of Fame. Like Barry Bonds literally had a career before the steroid allegations. He never was caught with the steroids. Roger Clemens and they got caught. So they don't deserve to be in the Hall of Fame, in my opinion. But you never got caught. Bam. Okay. You realize people have been caught doing different things. You know what I'm saying? Mike Piazza got caught. Pudge Rodriguez got caught. They're still in the Hall of Fame. Alex Rodriguez will probably be in the Hall of Fame. They go try to sneak him in there. He got caught multiple times, and he's not looked at as like, oh my gosh, like he ran out the bag on him. You did so. But see, they knew what they were doing. Sammy Sosa. We ain't seen Sammy Sosa since. Colored his face. We don't even know what Sammy Sosa looked like. But again, they made that money and they knew what they were doing. So I'm not gonna ignore those things. You dig me? But hey, it is what it is, man. But I will be watching baseball today, 3 o'clock. I will be at the Jizzle, but I'm gonna have it on my iPad. You dig? I'm gonna be locked in for sure. But yeah, that goes for baseball, man. Hope y'all tune in. I'm gonna be dropping some plays this year too, so trying to get everybody some bread as much as we can do. You feel me? It takes a community, man. We got to figure out a way to get this money. NBA, let's go. Shout out to NBA, man. Been a really good NBA season. My Bulls are balling. Kobe White, man, being Eastern Conference Player of the Week. He's been hooping, averaging over 35. We are 3-game winning streak. We are 8-2 in our last 10 games. You dig? So Cleveland has fell. They're 6-4 in their last 10. Boston is 9-1. Even with Tatum being out, they won 7 in a row. They beat the dog shit out of somebody yesterday. I forget who it was. I want to say it was who? Let me look it up. I think they're right where they should be. They beat the Charlotte Suns. Everybody kind of picked the Suns. They thought Tatum won't be out, but again, the Celtics are deep. Pause. Like they're really a good team for real. Knicks again. They're 5-5 in their last 10. They lost again. Indiana they lost last night. They're 7-3 in their last 10. Detroit they're still they're teetering, but they're 6-4 in their last 10. 2-game winning streak. Again, Milwaukee's sinking. They're in the 6th spot now. They lost 2 in a row. They're 4-6 in their last 10. They lost Dame with a blood clot. So yeah, it's tough. Orlando's kind of went on a little run, which I thought they would. I thought they would kind of shake back. But again, we know that the Wizards are tanking. We know Charlotte's tanking. We know the Bucks, Sixers, and Raptors. Raptors maybe they're teetering. They're 5-5. They won 2 in a row. The Heat, we don't know. They won 2 in a row. They're 2-8 in their last 10. They had just lost 9 in a row. So I don't know what to make of the Heat. I don't know if they got a 10th spot. We're in the 9th spot. I think we can get up to that 7th spot. The Hawks. How many games are we behind the Hawks? Hawks are 7-3 in their last 10 as well. I think we're like 3 games behind the Hawks for that 7th spot. Milwaukee may creep into the play-in. You just never know. But hey, we're gonna see. NBA season's been dope. LeBron came back yesterday. After him and Stephen A got into a spat. Him and Stephen A still going back and forth. I'm here for it. I don't really give a shit. I don't look at it like, oh, they keep trying to tell Stephen A. I'm trying to talk about it, but I respect it. It's what Stephen A. do. Like, so we know ESPN struggled with their ratings. Was they had the Disney backing and all these different entities. If you took ESPN First Take and put it on another network, the ratings would struggle. Nobody really watches that show because all they do is regurgitate the same information all over again. Repeat themselves, same segments. They said the same shit over and over, remix it. Yeah, so it's not really good quality. So this is probably the best thing they can do is have LeBron and him arguing. But again, OKC won 7 in a row, 9-1 in their last 10. Rockets are 9-1 in their last 10, back in number 2 spot. So they climbed, but they was in the 5th spot. They were sinking, but they jumped back up. Denver Nuggets, they won yesterday. Jokic came in with a triple-double. They're 5-5 in their last 10. Lakers are 4-6 in their last 10. They won last night with LeBron put back. Grizzlies, they're playing decent. Clippers are 8-2. Like I thought they would climb back up there. Golden State has lost 2 in a row. Steph Curry's out. They're 7-3. I thought Jimmy Butler would have a big game versus the Heat in their last game. They came out flat. Came out lethargic again. The Heat had lost 9 in a row, bro. Come on, man. You can't beat the Heat. It is what it is. Draymond. Y'all want to act like Draymond got such a big impact. I don't see the shit, bro. These are the games where I'm supposed to say, okay, you saying Steph Curry's out and Draymond makes the team better. Why can't he make anybody else better? He just set pick for Steph Curry. That's not making the team better. I just don't agree with the intangible that y'all say this nigga got. The defense ain't there. He had let Bam Adebayo go crazy, bro. And Bam been playing like pure doo-doo this past season. So again, I don't see the impact with Draymond Green. I never have. I give you the fact, okay, he might yell at a couple people. He may, set some picks or whatever. He's a good passer. It's not hard to pass off a pick and roll, bro, or a screen. It's not hard. I don't know, like you just leading the guy. Like it's not hard to pass the ball, man. I'm a passer, so again, they used to call me Magic on the court, baby. Don't get it fucked up. Those who know. Those who do not know, and you don't need to know. It don't matter about you. But yeah, it's not hard to be a glue guy. It's not hard to rally the team. That's what I do for a living. You dig? And every aspect that I do for us life. But yeah, I want to see the impact of Draymond Green when Steph Curry's out. I just don't see it. I never have seen it. But again, Timberwolves, they're 7-3 in their last 10. Sacramento is 2-8. Again, I told you it would not work. We already seen DeMar and Zach LaVine with the Bulls. It just doesn't work. We look at them as like, okay, they can play. They have their games are very similar. They don't know when to pass the ball. They don't know when to let the other guy cook. And again, you got Sabonis who's struggling too. So again, I think they're gonna blow that team up. You know, I don't know. I hope Sabonis will come to us. We will take Sabonis in a heartbeat. For real. We have him with Bazelis, with Giddey, Kobe White. Then we have another draft pick that we might draft. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it for sure. The Suns have played better in the last couple of games. The fact that Bradley Beal's been out, Kevin Durant has played better. Got to give him his credit. If I'm gonna talk trash about you, I'm gonna give you credit where credit is due. But yeah, you know, Porzingis went crazy on them last night, scoring 30. Jaylen Brown chipped in with 24. So other than that, they have been hooping. They had to beat the Bucks, they beat Cleveland, they beat us, they beat the Raptors, you know, the Kings. So yeah, they have been hooping in the last couple of games. Like I said, Kevin Durant has really been putting up some big numbers for them. So you know, including last night. It's not like he didn't come to play. So yeah, I mean, they're in the 10th spot. They keep on saying they're gonna fire Budenholzer. They haven't rallied. That team hasn't played any defense all year. So, I mean, what do you expect? Like, these guys just want to go out here and shoot. They don't want to play any real defense. That's the problem with these teams. Like, you got to play defense to win, man. You know, you can't just say, okay, I showed up tonight. No, you got to show up and play defense every night. That separates the greatness from just average individuals. You did people who just say, I like to hoop. Okay, you go to the YMCA, you go to American Family Fitness, you just want to hoop. No, you got to play defense too. You feel me? You're not winning a championship, you're not playing enough defense. That's one thing that Boston is underrated with. Boston plays good defense. Will Porzingis that puts them over the top, man. They're a different team. Because defensively, he gonna give you some shot blocking, give you some rebounding. Al Horford is one of the best on-ball defenders as far as a power forward or small forward in NBA history. On-ball defense, dog. Al Horford is a clinic work when it comes to Al Horford, when it comes to playing defense on-ball. Look what he did to Braun. Put him in a blender, cuffed him, scrapped him, clamped him, whatever you want to put it, locked him. You know, so that's why they rest him during the season. He'll give you the three-pointer. Again, Sam Howard's going to give you the three. Pritchard. Again, I got Boston winning it all, man. But I do have the Lakers making it to the finals this year, too. I think the league wants to see Luka and all. You know, it's fabricated. We know that. That's why it's easy to spot now. You know, they don't want OKC in the finals. They don't want really the Nuggets in the finals like that anymore. They've kind of given Jokic his due. Okay, yeah, you got MVPs. Yeah, you're going to be the Aaron Rodgers role. You just went on MVPs and shit, but you're not winning no more championships. That shit was fluke shit. Michael Porter Jr. hitting all these shots and Caldwell Pope, bro. No. But shout out to Aaron Gordon, though. He is the X factor to that team. Make that team go for sure. Moving on. You're going to go to Black on Black News, man. We just want to educate. Again, we want to give perspectives. We want to give fresh perspectives on truth. Speaking of truth to power, we want to just make sure we have a good, clean understanding of what these things, these entities that they try to pretend like their lineage is something special, you know, or these people have a certain, you know. Let's just check out the physics, you dig? Because a lot of times, man, people just lie so much, and you know, I'm not gonna say any certain names, but I just want you to hear these certain things because these people try to knock you off, or they just try to take your platform from you because you know you're speaking truth to power and you're spitting criticism, you dig? So yeah, let's just give a gander to this real quick. Again, fair use. Every video I'm using is all fair use. It's on the internet. I'm not making any money off it or monetizing off it. All fair use. You heard? Let's see here. Again, I'm not going to use any type of names. Just listen to the words.
Egyptian president who refused to accept the white Jews. You know, they left here as black. Now they're coming back as white. So when did the Jews become white? Well, the Fertile Crescent sits on the Platonic stone of Africa. Literally. It's impossible that white people can come out of Israel. But of course, to feed.
He said it's impossible for white individuals to come out of Israel. Impossible. This from a genealogical perspective. This was from a civilization perspective. That's one thing you have to take heed to when you information. You have to understand where people come from, the lineage and the history of where people come from. Listen what this brother says.
With the United Nations, the narrative of reclaiming the 1946, 47 treaties of giving Israelis back their land. Then you find
giving back their land. How was it ever their land when all they did was adopt a religion? Again, I told you where these people are from. They're from Poland and Berlin. They're not from Jerusalem. Come on, fam. They're not from the Holy Land.
These white people, these converted Ashkenazis who converted into Judaism, claiming to be Hebrews and Jews.
Why would they do that, though?
It's a religious benefit.
That's all it is. They want the religious benefits of being the chosen people once they're not, though. That's why in history you see them throughout history being kicked out and disrespected and dismantled because they have the same mentality each time. They've never been accepted in history because they play this victim role. Oh, it's this, that, and the third. No, you're liars and you're cheaters and you're deceivers.
The religious benefit, again, it plays into the white supremacy narrative.
Right.
That they are the chosen people. Because they are chosen people, it resuscitates and sanitizes all white people.
Right.
It's critical that the Jews must be white, theologically. Because once the Jews are white and they're at the door of the Bible, then anyone who reads this text must read it through the interpretation and the culture of those that are claimed to be Jews.
Right.
So once the Jews are white, do you have a problem with the white Jesus? Why would you have a problem? It's a rewriting, it's a stealing of black history.
Right.
Blatant. One of the biggest lies ever told on the face of the earth is that Jews are white. One of the biggest lies ever told historically, academically, ethnographically. Go back and purge through your history books.
That's right.
Find me a white man who was taken as a slave in Israel, from Israel to Egypt, to work to build the pyramids. White people?
No.
Slaves in Egypt?
No.
And Moses came to redeem white people?
No. It just don't make sense, man. And again, we give that black on black news. You just give a black perspective from a black man telling black truth, man. We have to tell the truth. The truth will set us what? Free. When you tell the truth allows you to be set free from any type of negativity, from any type of lies, deceitfulness. And again, you're going to get this work. You're going to get these gems on this black on black news because this is where you need to get the truth at. Dr. Ben, another black scholar. Again, I don't listen to people who try to tip. I listen to the people who know, the ancestors, the master teachers. Shout out to Dr. Ben.
The Arab conquerors. The Arabs didn't come to Egypt until 640. The first non-African people came to Egypt, otherwise called the Hyksos, in 1675 BC. Look, the Africans there.
You can go pause this and then go look it up. That's the thing about education and information. You can go look these things up. This is not something that you just this. When I hear something like that, I say, let me go look it up and make sure it's factual before I present it to the people.
Were already in the 13th dynasty period. They had built every pyramid you saw there before. Right. They had done the S-turn in the Nile. They built every one of the major temples that had already been built, including the Grand Lodge of Luxor. The first European to come there did not arrive until the Greeks arrived with Alexander II, the son of Philip of Macedonia.
Look, I'm a college graduate. I never heard all this stuff.
Because they didn't intend to teach you that.
I'm a college graduate. I didn't learn all this because you're not learning anything worth value. You're learning what they tell you at these certain places where professors are getting their information from. That's one track. That's one area, one playbook that they use to just brainwash you. So when you get that level of education, you're not gonna get the full story of education. You want to give you what they want you to know. That's it. And they're indoctrinating your mind.
They can't tell you that you're inferior and teach you that you taught Egypt and Europe. The first Europeans to be civilized by the Africans were the Greeks. When you heard of Homer, the first European to have written anything, you couldn't miss that. They said that Homer wrote the Iliad and the Odyssey. And that was not until 833 BC. The Africans had already in 255,000 at the Tassili Mountain. They had the Sibyllian period, first, second, and third, the pre-dynastic period, all the way up. The Africans had produced men like this, Imhotep, the multi-genius that designed the step pyramid of Saqqara. The first man to be a physician that even Hippocrates, the so-called father of medicine, is giving him credit and call him the god of medicine. The Greeks changed his name from Imhotep to Asclepius. There he is.
Come on, man. You got to understand history. They're gonna try to change it and flip it and remix it and make it something that really isn't, all to make themselves look better. But we got to tell the truth. The truth. Again, we have to tell the truth. Have to tell the truth, bro.
We have to remember one thing I think is very important, that the white Jews that we see today have no bloodline connection with the Jews of the biblical period.
No bloodline connection. Not one. No bloodline connection. Again, all fair use. Got to tell the truth.
They were converted to Judaism in Europe and
to a religion. That's it. No bloodline.
In Russia. They were converted and have no bloodline connection with the black Jews who make up the biblical Israel that the Bible writes about and of which Jesus was a part.
So what happened to the black Jews?
The black Jews are still in existence. They're black Jews in America. They're black Jews all over Africa. They're black Jews in Palestine. They're black Jews everywhere. Diane's daughter complained not more than 2 years ago that black Jews had moved on either side of her house, and therefore her property had depreciated in Palestine. Black Jews had depreciated her property. Jews had moved directly from Palestine to India, and the community celebrated its 1900th anniversary or something, and they had white Jews who had immigrated from Europe and black Jews who had originally come from Jerusalem at the fall of Jerusalem, had an uninterrupted straight line of connection from the fall of Jerusalem to India. All over the world there are black Jews, but the Zionist Jews who had been converted to Judaism have taken over the control of the definition of what Judaism is, as white people do with anything. If they come into it, they take it over and define what it is, as you stated in your introductory statement. So we have to remember that white Jews, when you see them on the street, are not the Jews of the biblical period. And that sometimes confuses black people who ought to be black Christian nationalists.
That's right. That's why you got to wake up and understand. That's why I have to give you information so you'll know. If you don't know, you've been misguided. It's ridiculous, man. And again, here we go. We got to give more information on this.
The Jewish writer Moritz Steinstein.
Again, these people are fake. They're not real. They have no bloodline, no lineage, no nothing. They make up things to make themselves perceived to be something better than what they are.
Schneider invented the term anti-Semitic in 1860. The term would be used to silence all those that dared to expose Jewish crimes. Because of the predominantly Jewish character of the regime, the very first piece of legislation approved by the communist regime was the Anti-Semitism Act in 1917. Anti-Semitism was made a capital crime. An anti-communist was regarded as an anti-Semite. Leon Trotsky also started using the word racist to browbeat all dissenters of the communist ideology and to render debate impossible. These words are used still to this day to bully any politically incorrect person into silence. Even more now than ever, they're trying to make it punishable to question or criticize their actions by calling it hate speech, fake news, or anti-Semitic.
Anti-Semitism is used as a great blockade. When somebody's called an anti-Semite, it's usually because they've asked some question or made some comment about Jewish behavior in some way, shape, or form. And because Jews don't want to discuss that behavior, they call you an anti-Semite for daring to question that Jews do anything bad ever. That's really why it is used.
That's it. And it has no creators, it has nothing. That's why you have to own your own stuff. Be your own person. You dig? This is another good video here too. Brother, always
Israel was created as the instrument to bring about the Battle of Armageddon and the fulfillment of prophecy, a war that will be so terrible, where nuclear weapons will be used, so that the American citizens and the other people in the world will get down on their knees and beg for no more war. And what is the answer to that? They're going to be told the only way we can guarantee no more war is if we destroy the sovereignty of nations, and we come together as one humanity in a one world government.
Come on now.
Now I'm telling you, unless the
Curtis Mayfield said it. A new world order, a brand new day, a change of mind for the human race. Come on, man, you gotta wake up.
American people wake up.
Wake up.
And stop it. Starting in about 1996, the Battle of Armageddon will become a reality.
Well, the UN did indeed charter Israel as a sovereign nation. they were the ones who created this state.
That's correct. It was really created by Great Britain and the United States, with the United States being the major instigant. Most people are no better than animals who do not have intelligence,
right,
because they don't use their intelligence. And to these men who control things behind the scenes, you are stakes on the table by choice and consent.
That's right. Consent. Yeah, there's no fight or pushback. This is what y'all want. This is what people want. You dig? It's so disappointing. But to move the conversation forward, man, one thing we want to speak about too is the fact what people try to say that blacks in America, foundation of Black Americans, it's your fault. You failed because of you. My brother 19 Key said, Black America isn't behind because we failed. It's behind because we were targeted. Remove COINTELPRO, redlining, mass incarceration, crack assassinations, destruction of 60 towns. We'd be running the whole thing, be a $1 trillion nation by now. That's 100%.
They turned down a night.
100% correct. You know, that's the thing I hate when people just say like, oh, it's us, we are worst enemy. It's like, bro, it's so many things that have happened. It's multifaceted and multi-complex. So you have to just get right and exact and keep building. Keep working, keep building, keep having generational wealth, man. That's the thing, how you get away from this system is wealth. So you can go move somewhere else and go. It's not about as much as it is about color, it's about classism. And classism is racism's cousin. So you just got to just understand that it works on itself. The self-hate, the fact that, oh, somebody gets something that you thought you deserved, that you want, and you don't think that person deserves it. It's like, nah, bro, that person worked for that jump, bro. Even if they didn't work for it, they got it. You know, so to me, man, I want to be somebody that's gonna help somebody else, advocate for somebody else, and help them get in a better position. Because a lot of this stuff, man, is bull job. Like even the 23andMe jump, bro. They finesse you again. That's why I don't do anything with the government. I'm not doing anything. Again, they have your DNA anyway because when you're born or whatever. But I'm not gonna freely just give it up. You know what I'm saying? Like 23andMe, it's a tested company. They filed Chapter 11 bankruptcy in protection of all their assets. So the company basically, they just folded the whole company. 3 years after it went public. Co-founder, again, a fake J. It's sad, man. Founder and CEO Ann Warwick has resigned and will stay as on but will stay on board. I guess what they do as the CEO, they resign so they can just be on the board. They can collect dividends or whatever the money coming. They don't have to pay those taxes or those negative implications. Take accountability for the challenges we have had today. He wrote in a public statement, said that she plans to buy the company's assets. See, still buys the company's assets as 23andMe enters restructuring with $15 million DNA samples on file. Come on, man. It's evaluated at $6 billion. It's worth less than that, but at the end of the day, they pocketed that bread. Trust me, they pocketed that money. So again, it's a finesse game. They get the DNA, they're probably gonna sell it to Elon Musk, and it's for some other diabolical plan that these individuals have, man. You just gotta wake up and smell the coffee, fam. People just walk around every day just not caring. Okay, y'all just keep not caring and see where it lands you. Like yesterday, I was watching Charles Earn Your Leisure. They were speaking about Nvidia. Again, if you're into stocks, if you're into, I like to talk about stocks. I'm not putting a bunch of bread in those stocks. Again, I might go maybe an annuity, high yield and savings account. I'm going to a more balanced. I can take and get. I want to be able to take and get. I don't want the long term game. It's cool. I do have some stocks, but I'm not every day trading. None of that. Nah, we're not doing that, bro. It's not for me. I ain't got enough time today. I'm doing the real work in the community, as well as this all raising my child. So it's just so much going on. I refuse to sit on the computer all day and look and try to, that's not my get down. You dig? So as long as you're trying to invest in your future in any capacity, it's great. But yeah, I was watching the jump yesterday, Earn Your Leisure. Market Mondays is one of my favorite shows. They do Blackout with Ian Dunlap. To me, it's very educational. Like they were privy to go to basically a meta tech space where they broke down information off Meta and Nvidia and how much the world's gonna change in the next 2 years. Like the brother was talking about 10 years, like, nah, it's gonna change in the next 2 years with these robots. A lot of you people that was, again, y'all been comfortable for a while in these little jobs you think that are so comfortable. My job is better than yours. I'm better. I can never be fired. I got an IT job. I'm a computer programmer. Okay. AI got something for y'all ass, I'm trying to tell you. That's the thing that they don't see. They don't see it coming. AI got something for y'all. That's all I'm gonna tell you. So you better have a bunch of situations, a bunch of being able to maneuver through this world. Because yeah, AI is gonna be at a sophisticated level. And I put it down on my Facebook yesterday. Let me try to, so I can bring it up real quick. It's something they said that was very poignant that I had to make sure I wrote down. I'm like, man, dog, I never even heard of this word before. But it's referring to actual, let's see here. Yep. It says physical AI and agentic AI. So like the physical AI, again, you know, the robot running and moving and jumping around, but you got another version of AI when it comes to emotional, agentic AI. So they'd be able to make emotional decisions, not just straightforward, not just understanding. Like, so you can ask them a question about something and it'll basically kind of give it an emotional response like, who should I vote for president? Well, I'm not going to really say because it's a touchy subject. It's not really something I really want to give the information to, but I'll say, if I was to be voting, I would vote for this. That's giving a different perspective as far as it's not giving fed information and then regurgitating information out. Again, I don't think AI makes anybody smarter. It just makes you useless. So again, go back to this junk. What's today? 2025, March 27th, 2025. Mike P told you. You can't say you're not listening, you're not here, you're not tuned in, you're not tapped into the One Mic podcast. You're slipping, you dig? Because me personally, I'm always trying to figure out what's the next thing, what's the next wave, what's the next situation. Like I was going to invest in weed years ago, but I was too scared because I didn't have nobody I knew that was doing it. Or now I'm grown, I just do whatever I want to do. At that time, I was like, Dad, you know, what should I do? Like I got some money, I want to invest in weed. I kind of seen that wave coming, you know. So I'm not gonna wait on the next situation. I'm putting my money up, bam. Whatever happens, it happens. And it's gonna be a next boom. Whenever there's deprivation, whenever like the Great Depression, people got filthy rich during the Great Depression. You got to be one of the ones who work hard, save your bread, and try to figure out how to hit that next boom, hit that next wave. And I think the next wave is gonna be through technology. Everything's through technology. Every single thing. Everything is to be touched. If you're not able to work technology, be around technology, understand technology, then you are not going to be useful in this world. I'm telling you right now. I've been telling you this for the longest, bruh. All these safe jobs you think you got, they're not safe. They're not safe at all. They're working on ways to replace you. They don't want you here no more because you act like, oh, I want this. Yeah, that's what you should be asking for. You should be wanting. But that's how they living. But they don't want you nowhere near how they living. They want you to be a permanent lower class, permanently deprivated. It's certain countries in this world where it's a permanent underclass. Understand that it's middle class, it's lower class, it's poverty. It's a permanent underclass under poverty. Like they have no way of obtaining any type of wealth. Every person in their family does just peels onions. That's a permanent lower class. That's what they're trying to get to next. This is the next point. That's why they're tearing down the projects. They're gonna take away a bunch of you already see it happening now. The food. I told you this. Man, I said this 8 years ago. People was arguing with me, bro. They're not ever gonna take away food stamps, bro. That's okay. That's what you believe. That's what you believe. But again, we know what was right and what's wrong. So I'm not gonna beat a dead horse. We're moving on, man. But next segment, within Black on Black News, there's been a bunch of controversy around the whole education and the Board of Education. Should we keep it? We've had many conversations on Cups in the Game. Shout out to Cups in the Game. With the responsibility of the Board of Education is big government, so we trust big government. We want the states to run it. I think this lady gave a fair perspective on what's really happening. Again, you want to go find this information on the One Mic podcast, so tune in. Let's go. Let's go.
The Department of Education does not educate a single child in America. It does not run a single school. It does not pay a single teacher salary. Some people are concerned about what eliminating the department might mean for students, despite the fact that their track record is terrible and it hasn't improved outcomes.
It's terrible. I keep saying that. Like, we're suffering in education. Do y'all realize, again, you only gonna understand this information if you read. Do y'all realize that we are getting our ass kicked around the world when it comes to education? We are getting stupider and dumber in this world, and people are getting smarter and doing things at a high clip. If you haven't realized, America just won. I'm gonna give you the picture. Again, people, that's why you gotta watch the pod, man. Have to. Let's see here. People don't even realize the 2025 math championship around the world global is. We just won the jump. I'm gonna show you the exact picture of this is America now. I'm gonna show you the exact picture of these people that won. You can't, bro. I can't make this up, bro. I can't make it up. I can't make it up. Give me the big. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. All right, here we go. Before you keep cooking, bro. This is unreal. This is the people who won the math championship this year. Hold up. Hold up. You see these kids? See the Chinese, bro. These kids are not even American. They're Americanized. They're Chinese Americans. So when they go to go in our place, they're going in our place, in our country, and they're getting the opportunities. It should be white faces up there, it should be black faces up there representing America. America is us. You got people from other countries who were born here through certain acts, the Civil Rights Act, through immigration, through illegal aliens coming over here. Again, these people come over here, have children, now their children are American citizens. I don't believe that should be the case. I think you should be trying to get your citizenship here, figure out you need to figure out and pay into some stuff here because you're able to get all these resources. I keep giving information out. They come here, they get, resources and grants funding to open up a store. They're not gonna give you the store. This Indian individual, they'll give them the store. This Chinese individual will give them the store. Afghanistan individual, they'll give them the store. They're gonna make 500,000 in their first year, possibly. Just selling goods and services. They buy them in bulk, come through. This person own this part, this person own this part, and they're selling the goods and services to you. They want to make you a customer for the rest of your life. Understand these things, man. It's really sad. The breakdown is sad. But that's what comes with education. Understanding certain things, understanding economics, understanding that China has a whole plan in 2035 to be even widen the gap. Again, education has been in shambles for years. And a part of it is the part of the Department of Education. We cannot ignore that. Like, we don't act like that you haven't been a part of the demise of education in this world. You got to educate your own kids, man. Simple as that. You don't rely on the enemy to educate your kids. Thank you. Those won't stop. Like, I just don't like the fact it's all about funding. It's not about will these things be protected or not protected. They're already in the law. Yeah. The department started in 1970. Come on, fam. What are we doing, man? Yeah, that's what they want. They want a massive amount of money that they can cipher through and they can put here and put there, and the people never get the funding. Black Lives Matter, they got, I think, $97 million. My black ass didn't receive anything. I don't know anybody that received any money, but you got people who receive bread through George Soros, through different companies and people, different entities. Yeah, those folks puts an agenda, and that's how they got that money. So again, like I said with China unveils a plan to build a strong educational nation by 2035. They're getting taught Chat GPT. They banning Chat GPT in certain areas, man. I'm confused, man. Again, they claim they want to educate. They're not educating these kids, man. Trust me. A lot of these kids cannot read or write. They are unmotivated. They don't love education. They don't like anything about it. But they want to sit on a screen for 13 hours and watch Casanat do nonsense. Again, they're brainwashing your children to be nobodies, to be fools, to be people who just sit there and they're going to consume. They have no talent. They have no drive. They have no form of will. They give up so easily. One thing happened, it's the end of the world. I'm not doing this anymore. My feelings are hurt. I need to take a break. It's like, bro, when the real world smack you in your face, you're not gonna be ready for it. And why you think of so many teenage kids now homeless or being abducted on the street selling their body? Because they have nothing going for themselves. They're in gangs. They're committing crimes. They think that's the way to make money. Education I ain't doing that. They don't know anybody in their life who has done anything as far as owning a business. But again, it's all about your upbringing. It's all about your surroundings, man. So pray for those who don't have it. And we tried our best as a community to keep making this thing better. For real. It's ridiculous, man. And utterly disgusting, if you ask me. But, Charleston was cooking, man. I felt like the brother, sometimes he's a little misguided. And it comes off wrong and just kind of just silly. But he was cooking on this segment right here. Big Bank, shout out to Big Bank, a real one. So he ain't really gonna get off no bull job against Big Bank. So just want to play a couple clips from that episode, man, because he was spitting some real game, man. Give us some real. Again, I'm all about information. I'm like, oh, okay, let me see what this credit jump, this 15C tax exempt, what that mean? You did, or this, because again, the brother got information now. People can say what they want about his perspectives, and he's a real individual, a real man from the South who might say something. I know people who say outrageous shit all the time. So that a lot of that shit don't shock me. And they stand on what they're saying because they believe that. They believe these things. So yeah, he got an opinion like everybody. So everybody got an asshole. Everybody got an opinion. Your opinion doesn't outweigh or outvalue somebody because somebody doesn't agree with it. You did. I'm the same way, bro. I have an opinion and it's valid. I have a perspective and a point of view that's very valid. Let's see here. Yellow Beezy, another propped up individual. Again, they try to say that, Yellow Beezy should be free, man. Mo 3 and that brother been going at it for Mo 3 tried to kill that brother several times. You did, but that's the game you're playing in that world, man. You're playing a slippery slope on the streets. The streets ain't for nobody. Streets don't love nobody. Fair use, bro. Fair use.
Malcolm
hold on. You said what?
Them niggas be passionate with them uplifting speeches and what black folks need to do, bro. Get them niggas a little money and watch their tune change.
Oh, they will change.
Everybody tune change when they get a little money.
That's right.
Bro, yes,
nigga, you don't care about the same shit you do, bro, when you get some money.
You right.
Man, but in a broke motherfucker worry about everything because he can't fix his problems.
Mm-hmm.
So you saying basically a nigga with some money will start an organization to put the money in, but they ain't gonna put no time.
They gonna put no time in.
But a broke nigga can put his time in because he ain't got no money.
He ain't got no money.
That's right.
And he ain't got no way of getting money.
Right.
So I'm traveling around the country. At this time, I was part of a national organization that falls up under a major lobbyist, a youth advocacy lobbying organization called Campaign Fair Sentencing of Youth out of Washington, D.C. And so I became part of a national organization that was called ICANN, Incarcerated Children's Advocacy Network. And this group was a bunch of adults now, but at the time they was young people in America who had been sentenced to life without parole for crime they committed as children. So I'm coming up out of Texas. Texas had a juvenile law that was called the Texas Juvenile Determined Sentencing Law, where even for murder, nigga couldn't be sentenced past 40 years as a kid. But nigga, in some other states, nigga, Florida, St. Louis, Baltimore, DC, nigga, they were getting 13 and 15-year-olds life without parole.
Yeah.
That's insane.
So it was like 2014 when I became aware of this. And so nigga, they became aware of me by the work that I was doing in Texas. Right. So I joined this national organization and been going and from 2014 for like 3 years have been going regularly to Washington, D.C. to fight juvenile laws in this country.
Yeah.
And so I met many powerful attorneys and many people in legislation. And so I met a Jewish attorney from Baltimore, a little small short lady. And she said, Charleston, do you document what you do? And at this time, Facebook had just started the Facebook Live. And I said, no, ma'am, I don't. She said, well, why not? I said, well, I don't want people to feel like I'm doing this for show. She said, well, if it's not documented, it never happened.
Never happened.
That was a learning lesson. Document everything.
Right.
So she started.
What did we get to in this place? We can't show what we doing. That's a bullshit excuse. I hate when people say, oh, I don't want nobody to see what I'm doing now. No, I'm gonna show exactly what I'm doing because it needs to be shown, needs to be seen. You're not doing it for it to be seen, but you're doing it because you want to show the people what to do. People just don't know they should be doing these things. It might change their heart and perspective.
Started asking me questions like, well, who are your constituents? How do you raise funding? How do you get your funding? Because when you apply for a grant and you're trying to help your own community, you think these people, and this is a white woman telling me this. She said, do you think they're going to give you money to help your own community?
No. No, that's what people don't understand and realize. No, they're not. They're not going to give you the money. They're going to give it to somebody else.
Starting to run on the treadmill again. I need to drop my belly fat.
Yeah, no, that's total BS.
I think I'm going to.
In the advocacy, I say advocacy world, that's not even a real thing, but in the world of activism, in the world of getting back and giving back and trying to help the community, they're never going to give you the money to help your own self. You have to understand what people you're going against. That's why I don't keep money in the bank, because the money that you keep in the bank, they use it to give it to other communities. They're not give it to you. Well, you got a bank with a black bank that's giving out them loans.
You really think these white people go give you money to help you, and you're really trying to help? That's why the people who really trying to help don't ever get the money.
Never.
Nobody wants to fix this black community because people make too much money off our pain.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. That's the thing that y'all don't realize. The plan is working like it's supposed to be working. So that you got the Joe Bidens and the Kamalas, and they want to get back in office so bad because they want to make money off you. They want to lie to you and say they got your back and you love you, and we know Joe, and yeah, we do this, and yeah, these people like us, and dog, it's a charade, it's goofball shit. It's lies and deceit. At the end of the day, these people don't give a damn about you. They hope you just die. They want you to roll over and die. Understand me very clearly. That's why people don't never get the money. But the people who do get the money, like I told you, the Maxine Waters and these people, you can't trust these folks because they got the money. So it give you an eye opener to say, oh, you got the money, then you working for them people. The people control you. Listen to the Martin Luther King breakdown he give. Bruh, crazy work.
Our anger, all the shit that we cause, it helps so many other more people. The detriment that's happening to us, nigga, is financial benefits for whether that's going to prison.
Yep.
Our pain is financial benefit for them.
Come on now. You got people in the whole towns who have no talent, who have no career, who have no smarts. They get to go work in that jail and tell you what to do every single day. They get to go have a retirement plan for their children. They get to go buy a boat. Watching Gillian Waller, and Waller was giving this jump off his book, was a great book too. Read the whole thing, really good book, really good read on his life. how he got the name Wallow. You dig, bro? Phenomenal book. Go read it. It gave me a perspective on the mentality of somebody who's just don't have the resources but has a brilliancy. And you see that with the brother because he's driven and he just don't stop going. He don't stop moving. You dig? That's the thing. You just got to have that pizzazz and that style and that being able to just cultivate, man. You just you got to outwork folk, man. Because people don't want it for real. Everybody, Charles got the hat on right now. So everybody playing. They playing. They really don't want to be rich. They really don't want nothing for real. You can tell if somebody was to follow your life, you say, okay, I want these things. They would have followed your life and follow you every single day and every step of the way. Would they believe you based off the work that you putting in? No. Because you're not putting no work in. But you want everything, though. You want everything to come your way and God to bless you, but you're not putting no work in. You don't help nobody else out. You don't uplift nobody. You don't retweet nobody. You don't buy nothing from nobody. But you want something good to happen to you. It don't work that way. What the brother Wallow said, man, a CEO that he used to beef with all the time pulled him to the side and was like, look, hey, you and the homies, look what you and the homies bought. It was a boat. He bought a boat for him and his family at their retreat or whatever they go to in the summertime. So look what you and the homies bought for me. He said Wallace, he went back to the cell and just started crying, weeping. Because he didn't understand that he was tricked. And the believing all these things were real. That the brother in the neighborhood with all the money, with all the drug seller was he was a loser. It was a temporary thing. Those things don't last that long. Eventually they get caught, get shot, killed, or robbed, or finessed, and they end up disappearing or they end up going to jail for a long period of time. Look at Big Meech. The shine don't even seem real on Big Meech no more. Because people ain't kids no more. People woke up like, bro, this a regular dude, bro. Like, bro, I thought he was gonna come home and get all this love and yeah, I bet with Big Meech, man. Niggas is grown, but niggas gotta get to it, bro. We ain't even got time to party with those days are over with, man. All that partying and goofy, bro, you gotta get to a busy, nigga, get to a baggy, with a ching ching at. You trying to get it, bro. All that, man, go start over, fam. You was hurting our community the whole time, for real. The ones who really, really own that, yeah, you was really hurting our community. I don't glorify none of that. None of it.
Other people. Nigga, people make money during tragedy.
That's right, tragedy.
And they rely on our tragedy, nigga, to fund a bunch of shit in this country.
Yep.
So she's asking me questions like, if you don't get a grant, you can't get a corporate sponsorship, and you're trying to help your community, how do you self-sustain your organization, Charles? I'm thinking, well,
how do I?
That's what made me went back to start selling barbecue. Nigga had to start having hats to sell. I started creating youth programs that I could sell to the county probation department.
Mm-hmm.
Then the black people got me speaking for free. Nigga, ain't no black people giving me this game.
See?
She's saying, well, what do you charge to go speak at the school? I said, well, I don't want to charge for this because I think God, she said, well, what about an honorarium fee?
See?
Nigga, the church will give you a gas card.
Come on now.
But I would think, I remember when the preacher, when he had his friend come in to preach as a visiting pastor, he tapped into his people. Hey, y'all sow a seed.
Come on now. We going there. We going there next. The segue Michael Powell King is, bro. We going there next, bro. That's what they do. The honorarium. They tap into, please sow a $20 seed, a $100 seed. Please tap in and do this. Look at this fugazi shit Marvin Sapp up here doing, man. Disgusting. Again, you wonder why folk leave the black church because of this bullshit here. But you'll realize these people are bought and sold, man, through these certain acts. Again, George Bush signed a law that came into play. Let me pull my notes up. I forget the name, but we want to make sure we're accurate when we pull this information up. Signed in the law, man. So George Bush, the faith-based initiative, launched in 2001, aimed to expand the role of faith-based community organizations providing a societal services, ensuring that the couple complete a federal funding for the equal basis with securing secular organizations while also establishing clear constitutional guidelines for the use of the public funds. That means that the church and state got in bed with each other. That's what that means. That's what that means. So these pastors that you see right here, like Marvin Sapp, they bought and sold.
that is involved.
Listen to this crap.
There's 1,000 of you. I said, close them doors.
He told the ushers to close the doors. You see, when I lost their mind. So you can't go nowhere. You can't leave. I'm holding you. He might as well have a gun at gunpoint. I'm holding you hostage over here. I said close them doors. Like he runs some around this gym.
Ushers, close the doors. Close the doors. Close the doors.
For what?
We all gonna leave together. Y'all ain't going no place but to the restaurant.
You're sick, man.
There's 1,000 of you tonight, and those that are watching, it's 1,000 that's watching online. This is a small seed. If I get 1,000 online to give this, if I get 1,000 in the sanctuary to give this, that's $40,000 tonight.
Yeah. Why do we need to give you that money? You already got money, brother. You are a successful recording artist. That's one thing I used to love about Pastor Dimitri. Shout out to Pastor Darius as well. Pastor Dimitri already had money coming into the game. Dad was a preacher. Brother's still preaching now. Beautiful, beautiful family. Beautiful individual, beautiful people. He's like, I don't want y'all money. I don't need y'all money. We need this money for the community. They had church for the children. They had church for the youth. They turned the old church into the youth church. They had churches for the old folks. They had family events for the people. They had CDs. They had thumb drives. They had hats. They had T-shirts. All this is community based now. They had areas and buses where they would go pick the older people up and come bring them to church. Ain't no excuses. That's how you run a community faith-based church that gets results. These folk out here fugazi. That money then dried up. That's why you see a lot of these artists, they become pastors too. They can be in that pulpit, get that money when that recording money then dried up. The music industry, bro, has messed up everybody, including gospel artists. They won't make that much money in the first place. So look, if you think the regular art, the rappers is broke, the R&B singers are broke, look at the gospel artists and look at the things that they're starting to do. This man just told close the doors and you're going to get his seed today. That's the same thing Charles is saying. They pull on you. They pull on your heartstrings. Do you not love God? Will a man rob God? They just say goofy shit. They take things out of context in the word. It's ridiculous.
I'm challenging each of you all down here to give a $20 seed. I actually think $20 is a lot of money. $20, believe it or not, when my late wife, Melinda P. Sapp, was alive, was a good date. I could take her to the movies, buy a box of popcorn, get 1 soda, 2 straws. I wasn't cheap. That's swag. I was looking in her eyes. She's looking in mine. Can't do that no more. Now, everyone up here, we've all sold and seeded, but I need everyone standing up here with us, with me, to plant a seed of $100. Because again, it costs to sit up here.
It costs to sit up here. It costs to sit up here? Come on, brother. You got to get right and exact. I don't even want to hear this shit no more. Pissing me off. It costs to sit up here. Come on, brother. That's not it. That's not of God. That's not God. That's not the Lord's work right there at all.
They call a cup of water to the prophet and make you feel, yeah. They tap your motherfucking ass. So I'm saying, okay, my constituents. Well, who are my constituents? The people I'm trying to speak for. And in person and people.
YouTube, y'all are disgusting for these I will continue to say this. These commercials, nobody watches them. Nobody.
So one day I sent her an email. Don't make my name. I'm about to go permanent, nigga. I'm on complaining about safety issues. It replaced most of the job that black people go get degrees for.
That's right.
Damn. So and then because now you got content creators.
Fair use.
And everybody, whether it's Pizza Hut, the FBI, nigga, even the White House got a social media page.
That's right.
So black people in the future are gonna be the consumers of what social media put out rather than the people that's really making money.
That's right. Great.
We don't have a black social media platform. Nigga, all of us are getting paid through YouTube, and YouTube is censoring more black people than anybody.
That's right. That's why, again, you got to support fan base. But people, again, they're not going to support it because they see somebody that they don't look at as somebody popular or they like, or that's what I'm saying. They controlled. Most people are controlled, bro. And the people that are controlled, the people that you got the influence over you, they control too. They control them, they control you. It's all about control. I've been saying this for years. It's all about control. They control them, they put money in their pockets, they can control you. Because you know you're influenced by them. I'm influenced by me. I'm my own hero. I don't like none of these motherfuckers out here at all. And I say that with my whole chest out. None of them rappers inspire me. No actor going to inspire me. The ancestors inspire me. The people that have lived before me, they inspire me. My 94-year-old grandmother inspires me. You dig me? Yeah, these people are fun. I know they bought and sold. I know they're not really nobody of any substance. Why would I be inspired by them? Why?
Nigga, we only the streamers is white people mostly making the billions and $100 million streaming. Nigga, we just consuming.
That's it. You're taking it all in.
And Patrick, how many people personally know me? So damn near 6 figures, damn near millions. The workers make a little bit. So in this book, it talks about the nonprofit industrial complex, what a 501c3 is, why it was
501c3. I had to figure this out. A 501c3, again, let's go back to the notes. This is how they've been getting over on us for years, dog. We just don't know the information. A 501c3 is an organization described as section commonly referred to as a charitable organization. Charitable organizations are donated, testing the public safety, and are eligible for a tax-exempt deduction contributions according to the code section 170. With that information that's given, that's why you see athletes when they get that money, they get a nonprofit, they get a 501c3. So that's they're able to funnel money so they don't have to be, they can be tax exempt. The church has the same situation going on. George Bush opened that door for the church to be the same way. They don't pay taxes. All it is they're giving you that, you're giving them that money and they funnel it into where they want to funnel it to. That's the same thing the athletes do, which is smart because, again, you're taking advantage of the tax code. But in the end, it ruins us as a community because they're controlling you. They're the ones that you listen to on a day-to-day basis.
Created 501c3 nonprofit was created to funnel money for the rich and to hinder and to control social movements after the civil rights.
After the 60s. Control social movements. So you don't have the Black Panther Party no more, who was self-sufficient and self-sustained. You dig? William O'Neill comes in there and infiltrates that situation. They kill Fred Hampton. They persecute and kill Medgar Evers. They desecrate and they disrespect Huey P. Newton to the point where I don't believe the brother had drugs on him, but that's what they said, that he had drugs on him. He lost his way, so to speak. You know, you have a person that was in the movement for years, and a Stokely Carmichael who spoke out, Kwame Ture, who basically was the voice behind that situation for so many years. You know, you have a Bobby Seale. You know, these brothers really put the work in, man. So again, they neutralized that in the 60s and say, no. That's why they're getting killed King, they kill Martin, because they're not gonna have the Black Messiah rise again. They're gonna make sure they can connect anybody who they deem to be a person that can galvanize and cultivate a group of individuals. They're gonna silence that as shit. You ain't gonna speak about no public issues, no Black people getting killed. Have you ever seen a Chinese man get murdered on the streets? Have you ever seen a Chinese man get murdered on tape by the police? No. Have you ever seen a pastor step out and say, these things are wrong? Why are people getting killed? They're not going to galvanize and rally nobody because they're getting paid by the government to shut the fuck up.
Rights movement. Mm-hmm. So Dr. King them took the money after I Have a Dream speech.
That's right.
Hold up. Slow it down a little bit.
That's where the I Have a Dream speech. That's where I Have a Dream speech went. That's where that's where I Have a Dream speech come from.
That's right.
Nigga, they called 7 pastors into the White House to talk to the president. Nigga, that's when the funding came about.
Come on now.
In the beginning, Harry Belafonte was giving Dr. King money to pay his bills.
Sam Cooke.
So who was funding the movement? Nigga, that's why you see him standing with white people.
That's why, again, you see Sam Cooke was neutralized. He had his own record company. He had partnered with somebody, and he had his own music distribution. He had his own jet. James Brown the same way. Teddy Pendergrass the same way. They understood the game. They got robbed for years and said, you know what? We're going to create our own. And you have to understand the counter is coming after that. After the creation of their own, like you got to see the hip hop creation. Hip hop's created. Okay, now we have to counter these things because they've gotten too much. They've covered too much ground. They're studying and watching you and saying, how do they keep on creating these things? How do they keep on? Now we have to be a part of it. Now we have to make our own rappers. We have to put our rappers in the game and put them in there and make them plants and put a bunch of money behind them. That's what they do to infiltrate what you got going on. Come on, bro. I'm not making this up. Look at Martin Luther King, man. Beside these fake Jews, man. Straight up. Receiving all these awards. It's ridiculous, dogs. You can't make this crap up. He was right there with them people. Beside rallies and freedom riders. It's ridiculous, man. He receiving awards and stuff from these people. From the what's the junk the group he was the Rockefellers he was receiving awards from. And the Rothschilds. It's ridiculous. Look at this mess, man. Oh, you gotta tell the truth, man. We gotta tell the truth. We're gonna tell the truth on the One Mic podcast, yo. We gonna tell the truth on the One Mic podcast. It's just that simple. We have to tell the truth. Look at this shit, man. They went with, look at this. From the archives, Rabbi Jacob Rothschild, Civil Rights Movement. They are the ones that funded it. Come on, man. You guys gotta wake up, dogs. Look at this. Rabbi Jacob Rothschild presenting a commemorative bowl to Martin Luther King Jr. at the banquet of Ansley Hotel in Atlanta, Georgia, to honor King and his Nobel Peace Prize. Come on, man. Like I always say, bro, if they fooling with you, look at this. If they fooling with you, then you're not somebody I fool with. It's just that simple. A certain level, a certain ilk of individuals who they want and they keep and put in position, they putting you there for a reason, to neutralize you. Civil rights partners. Bro, look at this mess, man. They're funding it. They're funding it. It's ridiculous, yo. But again, they'll lie to you and act like he had an independent movement, and it wasn't independent. It was all put out there. And when he realized what had happened, he said, "Oh, they got me. They got me. I feel like I've led my people into a burning building." I watched that speech. That speech was about economics, and he was somehow trying to get people, the sanitation workers, the trash people, more money. And they killed him right after that. They actually killed him. He got shot. The person who was there was an FBI informant who lied and tried to get him off the case. I told you that already on the pod before. Then you go to the hospital. He's smothered with a pillow. I said, you can look in the FBI files right now. Martin Luther King was murdered, not assassinated. He was murdered because, again, he was a black pastor with a mouthpiece to try to galvanize the people to say, no, we need economic freedom, we need reparations, and we want it right now. You heard?
In Jewish white people. So, nigga, I have a dream, nigga. Doc, that was he didn't write. That wasn't a really wrote out speech, nigga. That was an ad lib of a nigga with a mouthpiece that can come deliver some good talk.
Oh, so he sold out right then.
I ain't saying he sold out. The movement was shifted.
In
the beginning, the civil rights movement was about equal rights and equal protection under the law, something that we still don't have to this day.
Don't have it today.
Okay.
Equal rights and equal protection. That's why the police shoot this group of people and they hardly shoot these kind of people.
Yeah.
You've never seen a police shooting where an Asian been shot.
Never.
Oh no.
That fucked up, bro. You be saying some shit, but you never seen a shit.
Man,
never.
No. So let me just say this. Equal rights and equal protection
under the law.
It was never about integration and us eating at countertops with white people restaurants. It was never about that. It was always about equal rights and equal protection.
Right.
After that,
I'm gonna find. I might run out of time, but shit, we gonna cook today since we already cooking. It's a video I believe that Tariq Nasheed put up one day in California where blacks were speaking against Martin. Everybody wasn't for. Most people that you talk to, like my uncle, again, he's from South Carolina. He was like, bro, he never liked segregation. Him and myself were the only ones in the room one time at my aunt's house for Thanksgiving. And we like, yeah, segregation is probably the worst thing that ever happened to us. Because we had our own. Let's see. Yeah, here we go. There's the video right here. Still got it. No, that's not it. It's not the video I'm looking for. I might have to find it and have it for next time because I don't want to. Here we go. Is it? Nah, that's not it. It's definitely a video of them basically just having a disdain, like, bro, we support you, Martin, but we don't want the same thing that you want because we have our own. We have our own restaurants. We have our own hotels. We have everything that we need. We don't need nobody else. You know, people spoke out against that. Older people that had and do for self, they want to keep doing for self. They don't want to be convoluted because once you start going to these other establishments where you're still treated like a second-class citizen, you got on the white folks' buttons, you got to go sit in the back. Come on, man. I'm gonna go at the white man's establishment and sit there at the dinner table and eat, or the restaurant. I gotta come through the back. Come on, man. I gotta drink out of this different fountain. It's like, no.
Meeting with Kennedy and them, homie, then it became about integration because now it's about economics.
Economics, baby. Money, money, money.
We control.
They feel, you know what? Let them come on in here and eat with us now. Because I feel like their businesses were failing. That's the underlying fact they never tell you about segregation. They didn't want to segregate desegregate for a reason. Economically, they realized the power. Look at a Frankie Lyman concert. Look at what's my man name from American Bandstand. They realized the power of black folk. You know what? If we could just make them a consumer only, so we don't have to compete against them, we'll make them just love everything that we do. Everything that we say, everything that how we look. We'll give them the weed, we'll give them the alcohol, we'll give them what they're looking for, but make them buy from us only. That's what they realize. You know what? And they've been, and again, we're one of the biggest consumers in the world. They were trying to make you a consumer for years. Again, America started off as a producer and then slowly become a consumer. The ones who produce, like, again, these companies been around for years. Quaker Oats, look at your crackers. Look at your little crackers in a sense. Like, they have been in business for years, the 30s, the 20s, the 18, 19. They have a business. Look at the hot sauce that you eat. They've been in business since the 20s. This business ain't just happened in the 80s. McDonald's been around since the 60s. KFC, all these businesses are new, but look how they have evolved and matriculated to this day and time. But look at the brands before them, the Debbie Cakes. All these people have been around for years. Coca-Cola been around for 1910s. That's business. That's them having a business model. They can keep passing the wealth down to their family forever. And they want you to keep buying it. They want you to be a forever consumer class.
Now it's about economics. This is a vibrant community. And it's been vibrant since.
Again, you've been vibrant since you've been let off the chains. You have Reconstruction, where black folks literally was enslaved. Came into power of their own self, were matriculated to certain lands that nobody wanted, like Oklahoma, and made it great. And they look across and say, how in the fuck are they doing this shit? How are they out here doing it and we're not helping them? We're going to tear that shit down. You need us. How you doing this shit? Yeah, because they had a complex in their mind that we needed to be around them. But no, just leave us the fuck alone. We don't need to be around you at all. You need us. We don't need you. We never have needed you. The so-called white supremacists. that try to always try to put their finger and put their face area in what you're doing. They always looking at what you're doing because they have nothing of their own. We create almost everything in this world. We build almost everything in this world. They need to leech off you. They need to figure out what you're doing and keep the cool going. But you got to start owning your own cool. You got to start gatekeeping and saying, bro, nah, bro. You can't come in here, bro. Nah, because you're going to just steal the swag. Look at the Kids Bop. How they just take a song that's fire from us and just make it trash. And then tell your kids to listen to that shit. I can't listen to that bullshit. You can listen to old school until they get older to make their own decisions. Nah, because old school music is soul music. That's the music of us. Soul music is life. You dig? So yeah, we not doing that shit, man. But I'm a back because I gotta roll in a second. So we gotta get to this Black History fact. Shout out to the brother Spencer Haywood. Again, Spencer Haywood. I'm gonna do a quick recap. I'm not gonna play the video. Spencer Haywood, the first NBA player to be in the NBA. He came into the league out of high school. The Denver Nuggets carried him. They basically didn't want to pay him his money. They had Denver Nuggets were actually a company that sold trucks and stuff like that. So they were a trucking good company. And they was like, you can drive trucks for us. We'll give you some equity with driving trucks. Not give you equity in the company, but equity with a job forever. 50 years you got to drive, and then we'll give you the rest of your money. So he like, now bumped down, going to the ABA, went to the ABA. The NBA was taking players from the ABA because they realized, you know what? They're getting players to come here out of high school to come and play. So they're like, no, we're going to just take every person that's the MVP. And that brother was MVP at that time. So Spencer Haywood, first NBA player, to kind of crossover from the ABA to the NBA. Thurgood Marshall was the one that, believe it or not, Thurgood Marshall, man, that's why he's, again, part of our Black History fact of the day, was the brother who facilitated that situation. It was like, pay him his money, his back money, because they didn't pay him the right money, and they were trying their best to make sure that they never gave him his money. Thurgood Marshall, again, founded the LDF 1940, served for the first district council. He was the architect of the legal strategy that ended county's official policies and segregation, was the first Black Supreme Court justice. He served as assistant justice from 1976 to 1991 after being nominated by Lyndon Baines Johnson. Again, Thurgood Marshall with the hair, smooth brother, light-skinned brother, passed for white, that's the type of they like to put in position. That's why, again, I firmly believe that's why they treat Lamar Jackson the way they treat him, because he's a dark-skinned brother who's a real brother at the end of the day. Not to say that a brother's not real, but they're not the most authentic version of who we are as Black individuals. Lamar Jackson reminds them of a threat. Though every time they see those cornrows and those plaits, they say, he's a threat. You dig? So again, he's under a lot more scrutiny and a lot more disrespect. I support the brother. Go Ravens, go. You dig me? But man, today's been a eventful show. Hope you got this good game, man. Thanks for the comments. Thanks for the retweets, the love. Man, I'm so appreciative, man. People just stopping by, checking the channel. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't, on YouTube right now, One Mic Podcast. Comment, repost. Go back. If you haven't listened right now live, go back and listen, man. I'm giving up good game, dogs. Most people not going to give you the truth like I'm going to give it to you. Giving you God's honest truth. You dig? You got to get right into that, man. You got to be back on Monday, man. Check me out. 3 o'clock, MLB. Put them plays, man. It's opening day. I don't know where it's going to go. I think a bunch of home runs might happen. Again, MLB, they love to kick off the season with a bunch of, home runs, try to get the morale up. I understand it. Usually the pitching is a little better in the beginning. The hitting comes along around probably like after May, but I'm pumped up. I got a bunch of plays. Hopefully the Jones hit. I think they're going to hit. You dig me? You got to stay confident. Real Spiel McGill. Love y'all, man. Again, comment, subscribe, repost.